If you want to truly unlock the secret to managing your money like the top 1%, you need to ditch the myths and focus on what really works. Forget the flashy get-rich-quick schemes and the obsession with complex investment strategies that leave you confused and overwhelmed. The truth is, managing your money like a millionaire is about simplifying, focusing on what really matters, and making smart decisions that pay off in the long run. But here's the thing, most people are doing it all wrong. They're busy chasing the wrong things, missing the key principles that actually lead to lasting wealth. But what if I told you there's a way to build real wealth without the stress, without the overwhelm, and without spending hours trying to figure out where to put your money? It's not a pipe dream, it's a strategy that millionaires have been using for years. And today, you're going to learn exactly how to apply it to your life. This isn't about working harder or longer hours. It's about working smarter, focusing on what really matters, and breaking down the barriers that are holding you back from financial freedom. So, what's the first step? Let's dive into how the top 1% manage their money, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can apply these millionaire strategies, no special knowledge or experience required. Managing your money is all about strategy, and a solid strategy starts with the basics. First things first, you need to allocate around 65% of your income to cover the essentials. What are these essentials? Think rent or mortgage, transportation, utilities, and groceries. These are your daily living costs, and they should form the bedrock of your financial foundation. By keeping track of these expenses, you can ensure you're not overspending on things that aren't necessary. It's easy to let costs spiral out of control, but the key is to regularly review these expenses. For instance, if you're spending too much on a luxury gym membership, ask yourself, do I really need this to maintain a healthy lifestyle? Once you've accounted for the essentials, there's no need to panic if you see a high number. The goal isn't to feel restricted, it's about creating a plan that gives you breathing room. The best part is that once you start understanding where your money goes, you'll find ways to optimize these expenses. Can you switch your insurance to a cheaper provider? Could you find a more affordable grocery store? These small, strategic tweaks can free up cash for more enjoyable or even investment purposes later on. Trust me, it's about finding that balance. Now, this doesn't mean you're stuck with the same living costs forever. No way! In fact, once you've locked down your essentials and optimized them, it's time to take a hard look at what you're spending on. Look at your electricity bill and ask yourself, can I make small changes to reduce my energy consumption? Maybe even switch out a couple of light bulbs for more efficient ones. Little by little, these changes can add up to big savings. It's not just about pinching pennies, but about making your money work smarter for you. By allocating your income in a strategic way, you're not just controlling your spending, you're building habits that will serve you in the long run. And here's the thing, managing these essentials doesn't need to feel like a chore. It's about making conscious decisions every day. Every time you buy something, ask yourself, does this align with my goals? Once you start asking that, you'll realize that even the smallest decisions are an investment in your future, in your happiness, and your financial freedom. Think of it this way, you're not giving up your freedom, you're gaining it. By mastering the 65% rule, you're freeing up room for other important things like personal fulfillment and savings. And speaking of savings, it's time to think about where that next portion of your money should go. But before we dive into that, keep in mind that your financial journey doesn't end here. The 65% is just the first step in mastering your mindset and wealth. When it comes to managing your money, we often focus so much on cutting costs and saving that we forget about the fun stuff. Here's the deal, you need to allocate 20% of your income for enjoyment and personal fulfillment. This isn't about splurging on things you don't need, it's about giving yourself permission to enjoy life. Whether it's a dinner out with friends, a weekend getaway, or buying that thing you've been eyeing, this portion of your income is meant for you. It's about balance, and this is a key factor in maintaining a healthy mindset. Why is this important? Because if you're constantly depriving yourself of the things that bring you joy, you're more likely to burn out. Imagine grinding away, making money, saving, but never allowing yourself to treat yourself once in a while. Over time, that can lead to resentment and frustration. A healthy financial mindset isn't about cutting out all the things you enjoy, it's about finding the right balance. You deserve to have some fun along the way. Here's an idea. Instead of a spontaneous, last-minute trip that could put you in debt, plan ahead and budget for it. Set aside a portion of your 20% for special experiences that really matter. Maybe it's not a vacation every month, but you could treat yourself to a nice meal or a concert. This approach not only helps you stay motivated, but it also aligns with your long-term financial discipline. When you create a plan for your enjoyment, you're less likely to impulse buy or waste money on things that don't bring lasting happiness. The key here is to focus on personal fulfillment that aligns with your goals. What do you really want? Is it a trip to Paris, or maybe a new set of skills that could boost your career? Take a look at your 20% and ask yourself, what's going to add value to my life? This isn't just about temporary pleasure, it's about investing in your happiness. And yes, happiness is an investment, just like anything else. When you prioritize the things that fulfill you, you'll be more driven and motivated to continue working toward your bigger financial goals. Keep in mind that this 20% is yours to enjoy guilt-free. But even in the midst of enjoying life, you'll want to think about how to integrate it with your financial growth. So, what if you could find a way to enjoy life and grow your wealth at the same time? How can you blend fun with smart money moves? It's all about mindset, and trust me, when you get this balance right, you're going to feel like you're on top of the world. But don't forget, the next step in your financial journey involves creating a strong foundation for your future, and that starts with savings and investments. Building wealth doesn't happen overnight. It takes consistency and planning, and one of the most important things you can do is dedicate 15% of your income to savings and investments. This isn't just putting money away for a rainy day, though, it's about investing for long-term growth. Your savings will be your safety net, but your investments? That's where your wealth starts to multiply. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to work for you, especially with compound interest on your side. First things first, let's talk about building that emergency fund. It's something a lot of people overlook, but trust me, it's crucial. You don't want to be caught off guard if an unexpected expense comes up, like medical bills or car repairs. By setting aside 15%, you're creating a buffer that protects you from financial setbacks. A good rule of thumb is to aim for 3 to 6 months of living expenses, so you're prepared for anything life throws your way. This gives you peace of mind, knowing that you won't have to scramble if something unexpected happens. Now, when it comes to investing, don't just stash your cash in a savings account. That's a good way to keep your money safe, but it's not going to grow much over time. You need to look at assets that will provide long-term returns. Whether it's stocks, real estate, or mutual funds, the key here is diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you're just starting out, a simple index fund is a great way to get your foot in the door. These funds track a broad market index, like the S&P 500, and they provide a low-cost way to invest across various sectors. It's a set-it-and-forget-it approach that lets you reap the benefits over time. One thing to keep in mind is the power of compound interest. The earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow. Imagine this. You invest $100 a month starting at age 25, and by the time you're 60, you could have over $100,000 just from those consistent, small contributions. It's crazy when you think about it, right? But that's the power of compound interest. It's like planting a tree and watching it grow, year after year. When you put 15% of your income into savings and investments, you're not just building wealth for the future, you're also securing your financial freedom. It's a mindset shift. Instead of just working for money, you're making money work for you. That's where true financial independence starts. But this isn't something that happens by accident. You need to be intentional. Make your savings automatic, and keep learning about investment options to make the most of your money. The next step is all about building on this foundation. As you start to build your wealth, the next challenge is to avoid letting lifestyle inflation creep in. It's easy to get caught up in upgrading your lifestyle every time you get a raise. But remember, your true goal is financial freedom. So let's talk about how to resist that temptation and keep growing your wealth. An emergency fund is like your financial safety net. Without it, you're walking a tightrope without a net below. We all know life can throw curveballs, right? One minute, everything's smooth sailing, and the next, you're dealing with unexpected medical bills, car breakdowns, or even job loss. Having an emergency fund means you don't have to scramble for money in a panic when life hits hard. You can handle the curveballs with confidence and peace of mind. And honestly, isn't that a major weight off your shoulders? Think of your emergency fund as your financial cushion. The goal is to have enough set aside to cover at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This gives you breathing room if something unexpected pops up, like a medical emergency or a sudden job loss. No more sleepless nights wondering how you'll cover the rent or pay for a doctor's visit. It's about being prepared, so you're not in survival mode when life gets unpredictable. The peace of mind you get from having this buffer is priceless. It lets you focus on growth instead of worrying about the next crisis. Here's a pro tip: start small and build over time. It might seem overwhelming to save up 3 to 6 months of living expenses, but every little bit counts. Automate your savings, even if it's just $25 a week, and you'll be amazed at how quickly it adds up. Think of it like planting seeds. You water them consistently, and before you know it, you've got a full-grown tree. Just don't dip into your emergency fund unless it's truly an emergency. It's not for vacations or shopping sprees, it's your safety net for life surprises. Another benefit of a well-funded emergency fund is that it gives you freedom. It gives you the flexibility to take calculated risks, whether you're thinking about a new job opportunity, starting your own business, or making an investment. When you know you've got that cushion to fall back on, you can make decisions without fear. You're not trapped by the fear of losing your income. So, take advantage of this freedom. Use it to chase your goals, start that side hustle, or pursue that passion project you've been putting off. Let's face it, nobody likes dealing with emergencies. But with a solid emergency fund in place, you're prepared to handle them with ease. It takes the stress out of tough situations, allowing you to move forward confidently. So, let's focus on building that fund and protecting your financial future. Once you have this buffer in place, you'll be ready to take on the next step in your financial journey, investing. One of the most powerful things you can do for your financial future is to start investing early. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow, thanks to the magic of compound interest. Imagine you start investing $200 a month at age 25. By the time you're 65, you'll have invested just $96,000, but with compound interest, it could grow to over $1 million. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal, doesn't it? That's the power of starting early and letting time do the heavy lifting for you. Investing isn't just for the wealthy, it's for anyone who wants to build wealth over time. And you don't need to be an expert to get started. The key is to begin, even if you start small. Open a retirement account, like a Roth IRA, and contribute consistently. These accounts offer tax advantages that can make your money work harder for you. And if your employer offers a 401k match, you'd be crazy not to take advantage of it. That's free money on the table. Just imagine what that could do for your future if you start today. Here's a simple strategy to get started. Automate your investments. Set up monthly contributions that you don't even have to think about. Whether it's $50 or $500, just set it and forget it. The less you have to think about your investments, the easier it will be to stay consistent. Over time, this small habit can lead to big results. It's like putting your money on autopilot, and all you have to do is sit back and let it grow. Now, let's talk about the difference between active and passive investing. While active investing involves picking individual stocks and trying to time the market, which can be stressful and risky, passive investing is a much simpler approach. You invest in diversified index funds or ETFs that track the market's overall performance. It's a low-cost, set it and forget it approach that doesn't require constant monitoring. Plus, it lets you take advantage of long-term growth while minimizing fees. Keep it simple and watch your wealth grow over time. The biggest takeaway here is that time is your biggest ally in investing. The earlier you start, the more you can take advantage of compound interest and long-term growth. So, if you haven't started investing yet, now's the time to jump in. The sooner you begin, the sooner you'll start building that wealth. Ready to take the plunge? It's easy to think that a raise or a new job means it's time to upgrade your life. But here's the thing, lifestyle inflation is the enemy of wealth building. The more money you make, the more you tend to spend, right? That new car, bigger house, fancy dinners, vacations, you name it. But the truth is, those upgrades can quickly eat into your ability to save and invest. To build lasting wealth, it's crucial to resist the urge to inflate your lifestyle with every pay raise. So, how do you combat lifestyle inflation? The secret is to keep your essential expenses in check. Just because you make more money doesn't mean you need to live a more expensive lifestyle. Instead of buying a bigger house or upgrading your car, focus on increasing your savings and investments. Use your extra income to put more into your emergency fund or retirement accounts. This is how the wealthy build their wealth. They keep their expenses steady while their income grows. One of the best ways to control lifestyle inflation is by automating your finances. Set a percentage of your income to go straight into savings and investments before you even see it. That way, you're less likely to spend it on unnecessary luxuries. Think of it like paying yourself first. This approach ensures that no matter how much more you make, you're always putting money toward your financial goals before you spend on anything else. Another key to fighting lifestyle inflation is living below your means. This isn't about deprivation, it's about making intentional choices that align with your long-term financial goals. Want a new car? Buy a used one that's reliable, not the latest model. Instead of going out to eat every weekend, try cooking at home or exploring more affordable options. These small changes can add up over time and give you more money to invest in your future. The key takeaway here is to resist the temptation to spend every dollar that comes your way. Keep your lifestyle in check, no matter how much your income increases. Use your extra money to invest in your future, rather than upgrading your current lifestyle. It's the small, consistent decisions that will make a huge difference in building long-term wealth. In the world of personal finance, there's one truth that can't be ignored: simplicity is often the key to long-term wealth. You don't need complex investment strategies or high-risk ventures to build a solid financial future. In fact, the simpler your approach, the better it usually works. Think about it. When you're just starting out, the less complicated your finances are, the more likely you are to stick to the plan and grow your wealth over time. One of the best ways to keep your financial life simple is by focusing on passive funds. These are investments that require little to no active management. Index funds and exchange-traded funds, ETFs, are perfect examples. They track the performance of a market index, so you don't need to spend your time picking individual stocks. And because they're low cost, they give you a higher chance of long-term growth without eating into your returns. Simplifying your finances also means minimizing fees. High fees can eat into your investment returns over time, so look for low-fee options. For example, a high-fee mutual fund might charge 1 to 2% annually, which doesn't seem like much but can add up over decades. By choosing low-fee passive investment options, you're putting your money to work, not paying it to someone else for managing your funds. This small tweak can lead to a significant boost in your portfolio's value. Another key element of simplicity is automatic investing. Set up a system where a percentage of your income automatically goes into your investment account each month. This takes the guesswork out of investing and removes the temptation to time the market. By making investing automatic, you'll steadily grow your wealth without even thinking about it. Over time, the power of compound interest will work its magic, making your money work for you rather than you working for money. At the end of the day, building wealth doesn't have to be complicated. By simplifying your approach to investing, minimizing fees, and automating your finances, you can set yourself up for long-term financial success. The simpler you make it, the easier it becomes to stay disciplined and make progress towards your goals. Remember, the less you complicate things, the more effective your strategy will be. Now that you have the blueprint to manage your money like a millionaire, it's time to put it into action. Are you ready to start making smarter financial decisions? Are you ready to stop spinning your wheels and start seeing real growth in your wealth? The strategies we've covered today aren't just theoretical, they're practical, actionable steps that anyone can take to transform their financial life. But here's the deal. If you're serious about taking your finances to the next level, there's more to learn. If you're ready to take charge of your mind, balance your finances, and ultimately transform your life, I've got something special for you. Check out my exclusive material, Holistic Health, Nourish Your Mind, Balance Your Finances, Transform Your Life, designed to give you the complete toolkit for success. It's not just about managing your money, it's about creating a life of true wealth and fulfillment. So, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to keep learning about how you can achieve your goals and build lasting wealth. And don't forget to check out the material in the pinned comment. It's your next step in unlocking the financial freedom you deserve.